We got two guys that are capable of getting the job done. Cade Salter's going to start. You guys knew that. I don't know why you played the play like he was going to start. The kid has a ton of experience, dual threat. He can throw the heck out of the ball as well. He's the guy. He's the guy at this point. We're praying and we're hoping that you see some JuJu periodically through the game as well. We would like to get him some reps as well. But the game predicates that. He's done it before. This is not his first time running out the tunnel and getting the start. He's done it before. And his experience is vital. We don't tend to seem like a young team. We have a ton of experience on the offense and defensive side of the ball, especially the coaching staff as well. But I like what he's been doing in camp. I like what he did in the spring, and he's growing and growing and growing. Pat is doing a wonderful job with him. I'm not losing my thought. I'm just trying to figure out how to say this. He's going to do well. He's going to do well. And Byron Leftwich has brought a lot to the table when he's available and he's able to come in working with him. So I defer to those two coaches to allow me to understand what I see as valid. I think he has a serious but fun-loving nature. And the kid wants to win. He wants his opportunity. He wants to shine on this stage. This is the largest stage that he's ever been on. And I don't think he's going to faint in regards to the light that shines upon him. I think he wants that smoke. He wants that heat. I've been checking this kid out since he was in high school. His brother played for me in youth ball. I don't know why he did, but his brother played for me for my truth teams in Texas. But I saw him, I think we played against him. I watched him play at 707 in the tournament that we were on the next field, adjacent field. So I've been checking him out for a minute. And I know his family, know his mother and father because his brother played for me. One of our best teams we ever had in our organization that we had. So I've been knowing them for a long time, man. So I have a personal thought process that I want to see them succeed anyway because the family and I have been connected for at least 20 years, man. Not that long. I'm sorry, I'm not that old. Probably about 15 years.
We have a starting quarterback. Coach Prime officially announced Kaidon Salter as Colorado's starting quarterback. I thought that would never happen. I thought we were just going to get to Friday and we'd see who walks out there for a snap. What do you guys think about, the decision, I guess, to announce it, and now Georgia Tech knows who's going to be out there?
If Georgia Tech has any person on their coaching staff that is worth their paycheck, they knew that Kaidon Salter was a starting quarterback. And I think that was kind of Coach Prime's approach to it, is like, he's operated like this since he got to Colorado. Like, we're not keeping secrets out here. Like, we're showing you what we're doing at practice. We're showing you what we do off the field. Like, you can just see right into our program because we're not afraid. We're not hiding anything. So you can debate whether or not you like that, but Kaidon Salter's been the starting quarterback in practice for weeks now. It's very obvious that that's what was going to be the thing. And that's basically what Coach Prime said. He's like, Caden's a starter. You guys know that. And I kind of agree with him.
No doubt. I mean, we all kind of knew this. People who are locked in knew this. But I'm kind of glad that he said it, though. That way we don't got to speculate for the next, let's call it 48 to 72 hours or whatnot. And like you mentioned, Arcade, Georgia Tech, they doing their due diligence. They know who's going to be out there for at least the first snap of the game on Friday versus Georgia Tech. And I thought it was cool how Coach Prime talked about how he's known the Salter family for like 10 plus years. Like, Kylan Salter used to play on the True football team coached by Coach Prime. And he said, although Kaidon didn't play on his True team, and he said he don't know why that didn't happen. But even back then, he knew of and realized Caden's talent, his do-it-throw ability, his ability to throw the football. And for it to kind of come full circle and him be the first starting quarterback after the Shedeur Sanders era, I think is really, really cool. And I'm just so excited to see what Kaidon does on Friday.
It's not like a conversation, it's an expectation. He knows where we stand. He knows what the future beholds for him. He knows how we see him, and he knows what we expect of him. So it's not no elongated conversation where, dog, I want you to do this. They know. Our kids know me. I'm too personable, and they see me all the time. I eat with them in the cafeteria. They could come to the office and knock on the door and come in, and we can sit down and chop it up. But our kids know me, man. So we don't have to have those in-depth conversations because I make it plain in our morning meetings and throughout the days and throughout practice. I make it real plain. They never have to guess where I am.
With that being said, Julian Lewis is expected to get some snaps and, finally get his debut under Folsom Field for the Colorado Buffaloes this weekend. We'll see just how much he plays. I've kind of talked about that J.J. McCarthy, Cade McNamara thing. Someone else, I just saw a tweet actually, someone brought up, remember when Aiden Childs was at Oregon State when DJU was there? I think that's another type of situation where it's like you give the guy maybe like 1 or 2 drives just to kind of see what he does, but he knows that that's pretty much the ceiling of what he's going to see on the field for that week.
Yeah, I feel like I was watching a podcast this offseason that said this was what's going to happen. I can't remember which one it was, but I feel like they talked about it a lot. This is great. This is great because you're going to get JuJu's feet wet out there. You're going to allow him to feel the speed of the game. You're going to allow him to, show what he can do a little bit. Kaidon's the starting quarterback, but you do have a weapon. And this is something that goes back to, I think, the first time we talked to Pat Shurmur this year when he was talking about how both guys do some different things and both guys could be some of the best players on this football team. So you go out there and you give Julian Lewis a chance to show what he's going to do while not, creating any sort of politics about who's the starting quarterback.
And I think this is why relationships are so important in recruiting in college football, because Coach Prime said there, he was like, listen, I don't got to overly explain to my guys about what we going because we have an understanding. They see me every day. I'm eating with them every day, and I keep it real with them. I keep it blunt. And in a different situation, this might be a big deal. Or like, the true freshman 5-star quarterback isn't going to get the nod out the gate. But in this situation, I don't think there's any worry because JuJu is locked in with Coach Prime. His father and Coach Prime have a really good relationship, TC that is. And I think this is played out as well as this possibly have could. Kaidon's going to be a starter, but JuJu's going to get opportunities. And whatever they do with each of those opportunities is going to dictate who continues to get the opportunities as the season goes on.
Yeah, went about as smooth as you could possibly imagine in terms of a quarterback battle this offseason. So,
I think the tremendous amount of depth that we had at darn near every position, even special teams and the kickers. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the staff that was able to go out and assemble that depth that we have. And that's pretty much the difference, that if this guy goes down, we ain't breaking glass in case of emergency, we straight. Because that other guy already felt like he should have been there anyway, so he already has an attitude. He can't wait to get out there and show the world that he can do his thing.
That's another thing we've been telling everyone for a few months. This team is way, way deeper this season. Coach Prime backed it up and also, showed a lot of love to those receivers, which we know here at Colorado, they're just going to have those guys.
Yeah, and that was my question to him was, what's unique about this team? What's different about this team from the other ones that you've coached? And he went straight there. And then later in the press conference, when he was asked about how are you going to replace Travis and Shedeur, he said, we don't think we lost, we think we gained. Mm-hmm. We lost some great players, but we think we are a better team, and that's another thing that we've been talking about for a long time. And I think is it 247 who comes out with the talent composite?
Yeah. Yep.
They just came out with that today, I believe, or whatever, updated it today, and Colorado's second in the conference. Like, a lot of people are sleeping on this team, I think, because they don't know about the talent. They just know, okay, 2 guys that I heard of, Travis and Shedeur are gone, and there's no one new that I have heard of. And so there's a lot of names, I think, out there that people are going to learn about on Friday night.
Not only second in the Big 12 in the 24/7 talent composite, but top 30 in the country.
Yeah.
Top 30 in the country, talent on this team. And you mentioned it. Coach Prime said it a lot this offseason. He said it again today. This is a better team than the one we had last year, and obviously the one in the year before. And it's largely because of depth at damn near every single position. Wide receiver gets a lot of the rap, and he said it today. One thing we're going to be consistent with is receiver play, and that's obviously not going to change with this group this year. But Coach Livingston said it yesterday. Our fastball this year is going to be our defense, particularly up front. The offensive line has a lot of depth, 8 to 9 guys you can play. This is a deep team where, again, I think you said it, made a really good point last week on the show. Last year, there was a few guys who were like, somebody gets hurt, and it's like, damn, sheesh. But nowadays, there's some real depth at every single position. Guys who probably think they should be starting. Multiple guys at every single position, and that's what you need to be a solid football team.
Sorry, and Coach Prime said basically that today. He said there are some guys last year break glass in case of emergency. We don't have to break glass this year if someone goes down. Yeah.
That's week 1 of media here at Colorado. We'll be back on Thursday for pregame and Friday, the season debut. Let's go.